Hey, Steve Goodall here from Fastlane Success. This is the third video in a series based off something I actually saw, a survey that was done by GoDaddy, and they were asking people about life goals, and the number one life goal that people had was to start their own business. And then they asked why they haven't started a business, and there were really three main reasons that came out. There was they didn't have enough money, don't have enough time, and also I don't know where to start and I don't know how to start one. So this is the third and final video, and this is going to be my blueprint for you on how to start a business. We dealt with if you don't have any money to start or if you don't have any time to start businesses. We dealt with those in the previous videos, and this is going to be how to actually start a business. So obviously, you know, there's two paths we can go here. We can go down the traditional route of sort of business startups. But if you've been watching these videos, I'm going to assume that what was interesting to you was the fact of being able to start a business with no money. And even though the last video I talked about how you could actually adjust certain things in your life to actually give you some money to actually start a business, the whole purpose of this video now is to give you a blueprint of a type of business that you can do. Now, I'm not going to go into massive amounts of detail. I'm going to do various other videos that will be much more in depth, but I wanted to give a blueprint. So this is really kind of your blueprint for action. Okay, so the first thing you got to do is come up with a business idea, and the whole business model that we're going to talk about today is going to be using what's known as affiliate sales. And I don't want you to turn off at this point. I don't want you to think, it's just affiliate sales, I'm not interested, that's just doing whatever, putting those horrible ads everywhere. It's got nothing to do with that at all. So, and you'll see why now. So let's start with step one. Okay, so step one, we need to develop a business idea. My whole basis for what I'm going to suggest on this video is to really do something that you love. And so what you need to do is think about what you like doing. And it can be as varied as you want, but think about the things that you're actually good at. Think of the things where perhaps somebody always comes to you for advice. Let's say it is, we can do something as simple as maybe you're good at fixing a car. Maybe you're good at planning kids' birthday parties. Some kind of skill like that. What we have to do, and this is the mistake that doesn't matter what business you're in, and over the 25 years that I've seen people starting businesses, and I've helped a lot, when people have come to me and they've had problems already, this is the number one problem that I come across. They never did their market research properly. It's like, everybody needs birthday parties. Of course there's a market for it. Yeah, but, is there enough market to support you? Everybody needs their cars fixed. Yeah, well, you have to check this out. And there's a few easy ways. For the purpose of this video, we're going to be providing instruction. You are going to become an authority on what you are passionate about. So whether it's planning kids' birthday parties or fixing cars or whatever it is, you're able to teach somebody how to do this. And this is what we're going to look at. So the first thing we're going to do, the number one thing we're going to do, is we're going to go to Google and we're going to type in how to, and whatever your passion is. So it's how to throw the perfect birthday party, how to fix something on a car. Go through that step. And what you're looking for here is articles that people have written. You'll also see in your Google results, you'll see videos. I want you to go to those. Not interested about the article, not interested about the video. This is what we're going to care about. We're going to care about views. If you're looking at the videos, how many views it got and how many comments. And if you're looking at articles, how many comments underneath that. That's going to give you a very good idea of how popular this subject is. If you're finding what you would really like to do has no market, then we have a problem, okay? And we need to look at that deeper. And I will deal in other videos on how to troubleshoot ideas when there doesn't appear to be a market out there. Okay, so our cost right now is still zero. We're going to move on to step two. So this is where we're going to really look at whether or not we've got a pay-in market, because you can have certain things that you might be passionate about and simply people never pay for it. People are very passionate about using Facebook. They use Facebook all the time. Would they pay for it? Probably not. You coming in with a paid version of Facebook, no one's going to care. So the market research and to establish whether or not you have a paying market is very, very important. So again, we're going to look at YouTube, we're going to look at Google, and we could look at other things that are, sort of slightly more obscure. You can kind of start to go to the Udemy courses and even go to Fiverr.com and have a look if anybody is offering what you are good at already. If you can find people that are already, Udemy is a great place, depending on kind of what your passion is, because it shows how many students have already bought the course. So you kind of get an idea that there are people out there willing to pay for that. But you also have the beauty, and this is why I was originally talking about affiliate links. You also have the beauty of, as an example, if you look at car detailing, okay, which is basically washing a car a bit more nicely. Is nicely a word? Take that as an example. You'll find the videos on YouTube. There are no real courses. I mean, you can take courses with, sort of certain manufacturers and so forth. But what you'll find in those videos is that there'll be links in the video of the products they use. And those are the affiliate links I'm on about. But we're not going to dwell too much on that right now. Right now, what we're trying to do is establish that there's a market. So you're interested in throwing, you're good at organizing birthday parties or maybe, or fixing cars. You found there's a market for it, and you found that there's a market of people either willing to pay for a course or they are looking for the products to use for that. And so once we've established this, we can move on to the next step. Okay, so we're on step 3, and this is planning. This is where I need you to start thinking in terms of what you're able to show people to do, whether it's planning that kid's birthday party or whether it's fixing cars and it's something particular with the car. I need you to think in terms of being able to explain to someone, not in great detail right now, but I want you to almost get the titles in your head of 10 steps to throw the perfect kids party or 5 steps to throw the kids perfect party. If you notice nowadays, you will see pretty much anything you're given advice on is broken down into 3 steps to better your life, 4 steps to, to have a more restful sleep, do this one trick to, help you improve promotion prospects. And everything's broken down into those steps because it appeals to us. As human beings, if we see a course, and we go, oh, there's 400 steps, to being able to, change a tire or throw a kid's birthday party. No one's going to look at that. 400? I mean, we live in an age where, Twitter gives us 140 characters. This video will age when they change that. I'll have to remake it. But we have to break that down. And between 5 and 10 steps, most people can get their heads around. And, whenever I've ever, sort of done any point plans for people when they're launching their business, I'll break things down into like 10 points just because it can digest easier. Okay, so we've got up to step 3. Our total investment in our business so far is 0. And what we've done, we've come up with an idea, we've checked to see there's a market, we've then looked to how that market can actually be monetized, how you can make money from that. And now we've just now spoken about how we can actually plan and thinking about how we could explain what our passion is in 10 easy steps. So we're going to get ready to move on to step 4. Okay, so step 4, we're actually going to start creating. I promise this is going to be an absolute train wreck the first time you do it. Don't worry. We've all been there, and we go through it quite a few times afterwards as well. You've got something you're good at, whether or not, and if this is something you can do using a video, so maybe if it's, fixing something on a car, or if it's planning a birthday party, maybe you can video that. Grab a cell phone. Chances are you have one. If you don't, I'm sure one of your friends has one. You really want to try, and what you're going to do is you're effectively going to shoot do you remember the 10 points we talked about on our step 3? Notice the similarities there. You're going to effectively answer those 10 points. You're going to speak about each of those 10 points. There's a couple ways you can shoot this, and it depends how comfortable you are. You can do it interview style, where somebody off camera and it could be your friend who's holding the camera. Actually, I would just make this point because I don't want to see people doing that. If you're going to shoot a video, put it on a tripod. If you can't afford a tripod, get a load of books together, get something where the camera sits solid. When somebody, when somebody's holding a camera and they, their hand is naturally moving, and that comes out on the video and it's just horrible. So do that. But the interview, you could do it interview style, where they'll sit just off camera. So rather than me talking to you like this, I would be looking there and I would say, well, the first step that you need to do is so and so. The person on the other camera can either ask you that question, or you could put the question up in some post editing. We'll talk briefly about that. The key here is to get on and video it. Like I said, it's going to be a train wreck the first time you do it. When you watch yourself back on video for the first time, you see how many times you go, and you perhaps do this too much to your nose and you're scratching, and you'll see all those things, but you need to watch that. You need to understand how you look on video and what you need to work on, okay? So right now we're at step 4 of this plan. We're still at 0 cost. All we've done here is the time. And if you looked at one of my previous videos, I showed how you could get this time back from your current life any rate. Okay, so step 5, our cost is still 0. Now we're actually going to talk about how you can actually make money doing this. And this is the thing, we haven't spent a penny right now, and now we're going to show you how you can make it. Now, I spoke earlier about affiliate links. There are other ways to do this as well. There are a few different ways that you can make money from this. Obviously, another way is you could become a YouTube partner, where they will pay you on the views of your videos, which, if you're getting 50,000 plus views on a video, great. You're not going to get there from day one. And I don't want you to become, sort of disheartened. So I tend to steer people away from the YouTube partner side. I mean, certainly have it on your site and sign up as a partner, so at least, you get something at any rate. But that's not the main area. The thing you're really looking for is you're looking for affiliate links. And that is where, if you use a particular product to do what you're explaining, chances are that company will have a program where they will give you a special link to that product. And if somebody clicks on that link and ends up buying it, they'll pay the normal price, sometimes even a discounted price, but you'll get some money for it. And don't underestimate the power of this. You see, that's why I said when I was first talking about affiliate links, don't turn off, because, people think about that, the old, scammy affiliate things of like win a free iPad and all weird stuff like that. I'm not on about this at all. These are products that you actually use to do what you're showing people how to do. And don't underestimate, the recommendation when they see something that you're using and you've made it, look easy and just such an essential part. Sure, not everybody's going to click on it. A lot of people are just there just to watch the video, get an idea and do their own thing. You only need a proportion of your viewers to actually click that. The other way to make money from this is to obviously have those products on a website and drive people to your website. The reason I'm not including this is I want to do this with starting out with 0 and be able to launch this business for 0 cost. Okay, so we've reached the end of step 5. We're going to be moving on to step 6. Please bear in mind, we're still at 0 cost here. And we have come up with a business idea. We've verified that there's a market for it and that people do actually spend money in that market. We've also looked at how to start creating how we're going to do our how-tos and become an authority site. And we've also been looking at the best ways to make money from it. And of course, my suggestion was affiliate links. You might have other reasons, to do something else. It's entirely up to you. So let's move on to the 6th and final step. Okay, so step number 6 is actually marketing, because you can set all of this up, and considering there are tens of thousands of videos uploaded to YouTube every minute, no one's going to see your stuff. And I'm not saying this to get you down, but I've come across this a lot in my years of people switch their websites on expecting to be deluged with traffic, or they put a video up and expect it to go viral overnight. It doesn't happen. There's just crickets, because there's a lot more to launching a business and making it successful than simply just creating this and then sitting back and wishing it to happen. Now, Normal routes, I would say, obviously, we would be looking at paid advertising. I want to keep this launch at 0. And so for that, I'm not going to talk about Facebook ads. I do a separate video on, sort of using Instagram and using Facebook and Google AdWords and all that other good stuff. So this is purely, we're going to keep the cost at 0. So let's do this. So here's the first thing I'm going to want you to do. Once you've created your product, once you've created your how-to video and you've got your steps in there and you've got your affiliate links and we've got all this, and I realize we've moved through this quickly. Once you're at that stage, what you're going to do is you're going to go to Facebook and you are going to ask your friends not to buy anything from you. You're going to ask your friends to share your video with their friends. And there's a reason for this. Don't ever sell to your friends. It's kind of a dick move. It just kind of makes it awkward. You don't want to go to your friend's house and you have that awkward thing of like, oh, is he going to sell to me again? Don't ask that. You're asking them to just help you. So the average person has between 200 and 400 friends on Facebook. Apparently I'm below average because I don't have anywhere near that. But let's say you have 300 people. You have 300 friends on Facebook. Each of those people on Facebook have, as an average, about 300 friends each. You don't need them all to share your post. You just need maybe 30 of them, or maybe 100 of them, or any amount of number. And what's going to happen is that your video will exponentially grow. And the amount of people it will reach, it will do that. And here's the point with this. Like I said, you don't ever need to sell to your friends, but you're going to ask them, could you share my video? This is a video I've done on so-and-so. If you could share it with your friends, I'd really appreciate it. You'll find a lot of people will. And you can't just ask once. Here's the thing, with Facebook. Because of the way it works and because we're just deluged with information all day long, you're going to have to keep asking. And I wouldn't wear people out, but I would do it 2-3 times a week initially, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to get people viewing your video, okay? You haven't had a website, you don't have a website yet, you're simply sending people to that video, you've got your affiliate link. In your video, you're saying, the products that I use are in the links below, go click them. You keep doing that. The key here is to get your videos, get them up. Like I said, the first time you make a video, it'll be a train wreck. You'll probably re-record it. Don't spend months trying to get it perfect. I am the worst person in the world to be giving you advice like that because I am like that by default. I tend to want this perfect and I still don't get it quite right. But you need to get that out there. You ask people about 3 times a week. You're going to put that video, not an existing post, you're going to make a new post on your page and you're going to go, really appreciate it. This is my how to throw a perfect kids party or how to fix a flat tire or whatever. Drive people, because this is what's going to happen. The more people that start viewing your YouTube video, the more YouTube will start taking it into consideration and it will start moving you up the ranks. There are other YouTube strategies on how to rank your video better, and this really isn't the time to do it. The whole point of this is that I wanted to show you that we've gone from not having an idea to actually launching a business with affiliate links. And just a quick thing with the affiliate links, most companies, you sign up, they'll ask if you have a website. A lot of them now I've seen will say, are you just promoting this with videos? Because it's a huge market out there. But we've been able to go with 0 money to launching a business, and that alone is worth its weight in gold nowadays. So anyway, I hope you found all this useful. We've gone through the 3 videos we've covered on, when you don't have enough time to start a business. We've covered that. We've found ways, if you don't have money to start a business, we found ways that you can, not only in this video, we've launched a business without any money at all, and I've seen this done over and over again. This is not some breakthrough revolutionary, I don't know if it'll work. Go on YouTube, it's littered, and I promise it's littered with people doing the same thing. And when you get a few thousand people watching your video, even if it is just 2,000-3,000, you only need 3 or 4 of them to click on one of those products and buy them, and you're already talking of hundreds of dollars in sales. You know, it's very easy to go out there and find people who say, oh, I'm making X amount. But I mean, I personally know people who are making $10, $20, even $30,000 a month from simply YouTube videos. It's, you know, it's something out there that you can get involved in, and, you know, it might not be $10,000 today, but you have to start at the beginning somewhere. So I hope you enjoyed these 3 videos. If you did, obviously subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot.